I like those.
Sounds.
I am your host, the Midwest Wizard, also known as Jake, and I'm here with the other host who is chugging down an energy drink.
Shh. We don't like to speak of energy drinks around here. This is Clutch Energy Drink. We are not sponsored by Clutch Energy, by the way.
We could be, though. Call us Clutch.
They probably won't.
No, they probably won't.
We gotta be bigger than this.
Anyways, this is, our podcast.
Fifth one?
I
Oh no, we took a week off.
We took a week off because life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Matt,
Just
you
a
never
little bit.
introduced yourself. Introduce yourself.
I'm the Back Alley Dwarf. How's it going, everybody?
Hi, Back Alley Dwarf. And this is
all my friends are here.
Oh. It's just us. And welcome to our E3 prediction podcast, plus a few extras.
We're just gonna dive right into E3.
I mean, that is what I really want to talk about, but we could save it if you want.
No, that's the big deal. Let's do that. I gotta stop playing with it. I'm gonna start making noises. It's gonna sound weird.
For those of you listening, Matt has a 3D printed Cubone skull that we 3D printed for him, and it still has all of, like, the braces
The
on it.
screws and whatnot.
So he's like obsessed with like breaking them off.
Yeah. Yeah. there's nothing else I can say about it.
No, that's pretty much it.
Oh
That's pretty much it. So E3 is next week, Matt.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite times.
Does it start Saturday, Sunday?
It is. I think it's Monday. I don't know why I think it's Monday.
Oh, I work Monday.
I think it's no.
No,
is it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or is it Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday because Nintendo's is on Tuesday.
And they're the last one. And they're like the only one that day. And theirs is technically not even part of E3. It's a direct or whatever. But no, we thought it'd be fun. At least I thought it would be fun.
Okay.
He's back. He's back on the Cubone skull again.
I'm sorry.
I thought it'd be fun to go over our predictions for E3. And what we think's going to be shown this year, what we want to be shown this year, that sort of thing. E3 is kind of like second Christmas for me. You know, it's like the halfway point.
I really like it.
Even if the hype never truly lives up to what it is, like I still just look forward to it every year. It's just fun. Matt, are you gonna watch E3? You're saying you gotta work
to watch. I won't be able to watch the Bethesda part, the one that I really want to watch.
Oh my
I have to work Monday.
I totally just realized that I skipped over Bethesda's prediction.
Bethesda has a whole day.
Well, they have half a day. Aren't they with Microsoft and
no, it's
Devolver
Microsoft.
Digital? I thought it goes Microsoft, Bethesda, then Devolver Digital.
No, because I think it's Bethesda and the other, not Devolver Digital, but there's another one.
Square
Bethesda's
Enix?
Square Enix. Bethesda and Square Enix are splitting a day.
Now I gotta look it up because now I'm totally messed myself
up. It's my second Christmas. Don't even know what's going on.
I put so much time into writing down my predictions, and I completely missed over one of the biggest presentations being Bethesda's.
Yes. Even though all we're going to talk about is Nuclear Winter and their Fallout 76 stuff.
I'm just pulling up the schedule right here. Not that I don't believe you, but I just want to confirm what we got going here. Sunday, June 9th.
You're right. You're right. It is Microsoft, Bethesda, Devolver Digital. I'm thinking of Ubisoft and Square Enix split Monday.
Oh, okay. At least I had something right.
Yeah.
So Saturday... Wait, what? Okay, sorry. This schedule is like really throwing me off.
No, it's Sunday, June 9th, Monday, June 10th, and Tuesday, June 11th.
Okay.
So it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Because there's like a bunch of other things on, like they're saying like Nintendo is doing an event on June 8th, but then it's like some esports thing. So I'm just like,
Nintendo does esports?
I guess. Like, here, hang on, I'll go open that up again. Nintendo, the Mario Company is holding an esports tournament in Los Angeles, the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational 2019.
That's.
And then there's also going to be Smash Brothers Championship.
Okay.
3v3 and Splatoon 2. That's all on June 8th. And then June 9th is Microsoft, Microsoft and Bethesda.
And Devolver Digital.
And see, that's not on here. Devolver Digital isn't on this one.
Their conference starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
You're on the IGN one, correct?
Yes,
okay, I'm on the GameSpot one currently.
Yeah.
And they've got just for June 9th, Microsoft and Bethesda. I guess Devolver Digital wasn't important enough for them to mention.
They don't have a pre-show.
Oh, okay. And then 10th, they're doing the PC gaming show, which is just
Square Enix, Ubisoft.
And then...
Which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, Ubisoft, actually. Square Enix, that'll be cool. And then Tuesday is Nintendo, and they're doing their pre-recorded Nintendo Direct, which is going to be super cool. I'm excited for that. Okay. So yeah, starting from the top, let's get into predictions here. Starting from the top, June 9th, we have Microsoft's presentation first. What do you think Microsoft? What do you want to see from it?
What
If
I
you don't,
want
because
to
I don't know
see?
how much you want to go into predictions. If you just want to see what you want to see,
There's not so much that I want to see. I want Microsoft to put out another. I want a AAA title from them.
like a new AAA title
Something new, something completely new. Just
that
I
hasn't been
don't
mentioned
want
yet.
Far Cry again. I don't want like Far Cry 8 or whatever we're on or
Well, that'd be Ubisoft.
yeah, I know
but
it's Ubisoft, but it's something like that. I don't want.
You don't want a sequel to a game.
I don't
series.
want Halo Infinite times 2 or
I
Infinite
want that.
Cubed. Oh, well, yeah, I understand. You want Infinite, but and I want Infinite. I just don't want Halo Infinite Cubed.
Like
Like
nothing
again,
but that.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Which well, it's gonna be.
We're
that's gonna
definitely
be a big part of their show. I know that.
Let me just say this: we're definitely going to get. I'd be very, very surprised, anyways, if we didn't get any new titles announced from Microsoft, because last year at E3 they showed off like a bunch of companies that they acquired that are now first-party companies through them.
Yeah.
Whether that be like indie games, I think a lot of them were like indie developers, but even just some like regular developers.
Here's a cool little blip. Hollow Knight. How much do you like Hollow Knight?
I love Hollow Knight.
2 people
made that game.
Yep. Team Cherry is 2 total.
Well, only like one dude made Undertale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was made by one dude.
Undertale in his basement over like the course of 2 years.
Yeah. So I mean,
he had no aspirations for that game. He's like, I'm just made this, and he just kind of threw it out there, and everyone loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, Microsoft could do a lot in the indie front, and I know they acquired a bunch of indie studios and whatnot last year. So we're definitely going to be seeing some new first-party game titles from them. I'd be very surprised if we didn't.
I want a Horizon Zero Dawn level of new title to hit.
They're like equivalent.
Yes. Well, not equivalent, but I want that kind of level of hit where it's just like out of nowhere this game comes. It's just amazing.
Something very brand spanking new. Something you didn't know you wanted, but you're really glad exists. Yes. Like that's how I was with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's like how did I never know I wanted that? I mean, I always knew I wanted that, but I didn't know I wanted it.
I liked watching the Transformers Beast Force or whatever.
Yeah.
I liked watching that, but I didn't know I
needed a game based on it. Yeah. I saw. Okay, this is a random tangent, but I saw the other day. I think it was like a Tumblr post someone was sharing around where it's like, what if they made a Jurassic Park game where it's like a park builder, like Operation Genesis was back in the day, or the new Jurassic World. I think it's called Evolution. There's something like that, and you build like the best possible park you can, right? And then everything goes dark, and it's like, oh, containment breach, and then it becomes a first-person survival game
like Turok.
with the Turok, and like the dinosaurs are escaping, and
so like
however well you did the first part will depict on how difficult the second part is.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be so sweet. Like I really want a survival horror dinosaur game like Dino Crisis was back in the day. I really want something
like an updated version.
Yeah, like they could seriously just go like a Resident Evil type of game, but just with dinosaurs. Like I would be so down for that.
Ooh, and however much, and they could even hide it too. In a sense, it could be a completely random event, so it can happen. You hit a milestone, and after that milestone, it can be one in-game day cycle or 100 in-game day cycles. Anywhere in there, it could happen. You have no idea. And like you're gathering resources, preparing for it to happen,
and you don't know what's coming.
You don't know what's coming.
And then it's like boom, dinosaurs.
Yeah, and then and then you have random, or it could be something as weird as your genetics department accidentally develops this crazy dinosaur that's just insanely impossible to kill, and that's just there you go. Now you got to fight this thing.
That would be so sick.
You're stuck on this island.
That would be so sick. I want that. Someone out there in the gaming industry, make this game, please. I'm begging you.
You got 2 confirmed buyers.
We would literally, we'll give you some startup money. Not a lot. I'm not rich, but
I got $5 in my pocket. I think. I got some bottle caps. Do you take bottle?
Are you like Bethesda? Do you take bottle caps?
Do you take bottle caps? I have 3 bottle caps.
Why do you have 3 bottle caps? He literally has 3 bottle caps in his pocket.
From Boardwalk. I keep the bottle caps.
Nice.
From there.
Nice. Anyway, so you want to see basically a big AAA title from Microsoft. That's all.
Yes.
You see that and you'd be happy.
New AAA title, and I think Microsoft kind of needs to do it. And I think they need to flex some of their exclusives.
You're
they
right.
need to flex their exclusives a little harder this E3 because their last E3 was not. They didn't have anything to show.
Yeah, like they showed off a lot of good stuff last year, but I will agree, a lot of it, like there was some first party stuff. Like I think they were showing off like Sea of Thieves and whatnot, and
which kind of flopped in my opinion.
It kind of
took off really
yeah.
fast and then just dropped off. I'm like,
yeah,
it looks like a fun concept of a game though.
Yeah, I just need some friends to play it with.
Hey, I'll get a live eventually.
Well, okay, I'll just keep holding out for that eventuality.
I gotta play Fallout 76 sometime.
Oh God, no, you don't. Okay. So you ready to go into my super big Microsoft prediction? This is the one I've spent the most time on because it's going to be completely ludicrous. There's no basis to this. Let me repeat that. There is no basis to this whatsoever. This is just...
Well, there's no basis for this entire podcast. We literally just off the cuff everything, so...
Yeah. Shh, don't tell them that.
Hey man, making a podcast is easy.
Yeah. Just watches like the two people who listen like, these guys are jerks. It's like unsubscribe.
Oh man, we were doing so good too. We have a whopping 9 subscribers. Minus my grandparents and your grandparents.
Why do you guys gotta bring up my grandma every podcast? I don't even think she knows I do this, to be honest with you. Oh God. No, okay. My Microsoft E3 prediction of 2019. Here's what we're going to get. We're obviously going to get some news on Halo Infinite. I'd be very, very disappointed if we didn't. They teased it last year. This year, I think we're going to get more concrete stuff. We may even get a release date. But here's what we're going to get. In my opinion, or not even my opinion, just my thoughts, we're going to get Halo Infinite news. We're going to get a release date. I'm predicting the release date will be fall to holiday of 2020. We're going to get it around then. Late 2020, and it's not just going to be the game releasing. It is going to be a launch title for the new Xbox system, which will release around the same time.
That would be insane if it was a launch title, and you can get your Halo Xbox, whatever the new one is.
Well, and that goes into my other prediction. The new Xbox system is going to come in 3 variants. And my basis for this is a while ago, they were talking about making the new Xbox console modular so you could customize it like you could like a gaming rig. So
that would be cool.
So here's what I'm calling this thing.
Would you call it the Xbox Infinite?
Oh, that's such a better name than what I had.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It is because now.
It is infinite possibilities.
Oh my God. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to call it. I'm just writing that down.
And then you launch title Halo Infinity with it?
Oh my God. Okay, yes. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Alright.
But there's going to be 3 variants of this thing that you can buy, is what I'm thinking. There's going to be like the basic model, which is going to be the least expensive for the person who just wants to get the new thing and play games.
Probably going to be $600 retail.
Actually, here's my thought process. There's going to be 3 variants. There's going to be the Xbox Mongoose, the Xbox Warthog, and the Xbox Mammoth.
Oh my God.
All named after Halo vehicles. Mongoose being the Mongoose because it is small, quick, and easy to use.
Are they going to try and edge into Nintendo's
You think it's going to be
handheld market?
No. I think it's just going to be a very bare bones system. It's not going to have a disc drive.
No.
Not that one. The base model will not have a disc drive. It's going to be for people who just want to
they are digital games.
Gamers. They just want to make things as simple as possible.
Going to be like a Steam box, kind of?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's going to retail for $349.
That would be good.
That's low. I know that's low, but there's 2 other variants here.
No. If they retail it at $349, that's fair because those people are going to guaranteed probably be buying live, guaranteed getting live, and they're also going to be guaranteed buying
everything through the Xbox store. Exactly.
And they're going to be buying hard drive attachments and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's the thing.
And it's going to have small memory too. Yeah, I'm talking like 500 gigs.
So it's going to run they're going to run about 6 to 8 games on it, and whenever they get. This is going to be your Call of Duty player's Xbox.
Basically, yeah.
So it's
or
like I play the
I
most
just
recent
want to play the new Halo, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it digitally, and I don't care about anything else. Like
Yep.
that's what this model is for. They've already experimented with the no disk drive thing. Recently, they released a no disk drive version of the Xbox
Yep,
One,
the
and it's
X1
basically
S.
it's the S without a disk drive.
Yeah.
So it's just a real basic version of that console. That's what I think the base one's going to be. The Warthog, which is kind of like the mid tier one, is going to have a disk drive. It's going to have more memory. For sure. And it's just going to be overall beefier. It's going to have a little bit beefier hardware in it than the basic one. Because that's the other thing with these three, being that they're modular. What they were talking about is like you could actually customize like to an extent like your graphics card and your like RAM and whatnot, but it's all going to be officially Xbox brand stuff that you have to put in.
Well, what they could do is they could do make it quick SLI. So it's like you just plug in a block and like, hey, I got an SLI'd graphics card just plugged in, ready to go.
And they would the way that I don't know how the design would be. I don't have like a picture in my mind of what it's going to look like, but it's going to be like basically these block things that you just plug into it, like you're saying with an SLI port.
I can see it being like an upright, like they did for the Xbox. 360, and it's just a stack block. Just stack, like the base one is as wide as a disc tray and a little bit longer, and then you stack the next block on top of it.
I'm still blown away with your Infinite. I'm like, why did I not think? You want to know what I was going to call it?
What?
The Xbox Rig.
That's not bad either.
No, it's not, because my thought process was like, oh, you want to check out my rig? You know, like PC gamers are always like, oh, you want to see my rig? You know, like it's kind of like it's almost like a meme in a way.
Well, no, I would just call it the Xbox Infinite and throw Halo Infinite as a launch
title. Like that is such a better name. Like by 1,000.
And then your marketing campaigns like infinite possibilities.
Exactly. Like that's so perfect. That is. If it's not that, now I'm gonna be upset. Like, that's too good of a name. And then the Xbox Mammoth is going to be the beast of it all. I'm sorry, I didn't say the price of the Warthog. Warthog is going to retail for $499.
$499.
You're going to be jumping from $349 to $499. You're getting a disc drive, more memory, and a beefier console. Yeah, the Xbox One, I believe the Xbox One X is retailing right now for the same price.
That's fair.
So I mean, it's basically going to be
you're getting
a more powerful One X is what you're looking at
for next gen graphics and all that fun stuff.
Yep, you know it's. And then the Mammoth, which is going to be the most powerful. It's going to come bundled with Halo. I think so. I think the Mammoth is going to, if it goes this route, one of these has to be bundled with Halo.
Well, yeah. If they're going to do Halo as a launch title,
they're going to bundle a physical copy with the Mammoth. I was saying maybe they'd even bundle a digital copy with the other two.
The other two,
but. Okay, maybe a digital copy with the Warthog and nothing with the Mongoose because that's like the bare bones one.
Yeah, and it's almost easier to plug and play with the Mongoose too.
They want you to buy something off their store, so they're probably not going to give you the one game that is going to be the biggest hit.
So it's going to be a $400 console after you've purchased a AAA title off the store.
Exactly. But no, the Mammoth is going to be the most powerful, most memory. It's also going to come with a camera, and I'm going to call this camera. It's going to be like a Kinect, basically.
Okay.
But it's not going to be for like motion gaming or anything like that. Maybe it'll have some sort of like virtual reality, like I don't know, like something related to virtual reality.
Like augmented reality.
Maybe like augmented reality. I don't know. I'm thinking mostly though it's going to be a nice, high quality camera that people can use to stream, because Microsoft's been really pushing their Mixer service, which is like their version of Twitch, and arguably it is not nearly as big as Twitch, but for those people who love Xbox, they're going to probably want to use the platform that is already like preloaded on their Xbox to make it easier to go, the most compatible with whatever camera that they end up putting with, and if they're using an Xbox branded camera, then that's just going to make sense to me. But that's my thought for the Mammoth. The Mammoth is going to retail for $599, maybe more, but it's going to be for the hardcore. I would
push it closer to $7.
You think so?
Yeah, you're getting a AAA title with it.
We'll say $649.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go up to $7. They won't make that same mistake as like PS3 and Xbox 360 did.
That's the problem. with the price wise stuff.
Because those things were literally $600 when they launched, and
The
nobody bought
PS3
them.
was.
I think
Was
so.
it really?
It was either 5 or 6.
I think it
It
was
was
5.
expensive.
I think
It was very
5.
expensive for no reason. Is what
Yeah.
it felt like. It was the next gen title that almost every game that you owned was backwards compatible.
Right. Yeah.
And I say that like it's a bad thing, I guess.
um, yeah. So we'll say $650 somewhere in there, but that's gonna be for the hardcore gamer who like borderline likes to PC game but wants to do it with Xbox
I'd
with
buy
Halo.
Mammoth.
I'd get the Mammoth too. I mean, that's honestly
And we say
what
this
I'm
like it's
looking.
actually a thing.
We say it, yeah. Well, I don't know, dude. I could see it coming. Even if like they don't do 3, I could see at least 2
I could see
variations.
the modular. I
And it
really
being
can.
modular. Yeah, I think there's possibility, and like that's the cool thing. Like, say you get the Mongoose, like, or this base form Xbox for
Yeah.
350, it's still going to be able to be just as modular as, like, say the next tier up is. So like,
Yeah.
if you wanted to basically start with buying the Mongoose, you could eventually get it
Up
to
to
the
a Mammoth.
Mammoth level if
You
you
would
were
just
to.
need to. You'd have to buy um, the disc tray module and
Yeah,
like each.
that's the one thing where I was like, okay, what about the disk drive? But then I'm thinking like in the slot. So if you look like on a PC, they have like slots for where you can put drives
it
in.
is
It's
a
going to be
drive.
like basically the same thing as that.
Yeah.
Well, if you want one, you can buy the official Xbox brand disk drive for X amount of money, probably more than
Probably
what
like
it should
60
be worth.
bucks.
Yeah, 60 to 70 bucks, and put it in yourself, and
Yep.
boom, you got a disk drive now.
Yeah. What I can also see them doing is being real cheap about it. Like, here's your baseline. Now you got to buy all the pieces to make it work.
Yeah,
I
or
could
to
see
make
them
it.
doing that, but I don't think they will
I don't
because
think
the
they
PR
will.
from it would just be
It would be
astronomically
bad. And
bad.
honestly, Xbox has been so good with PR since Phil Spencer took over. I was talking.
Yeah.
That dude's like a rock star. Like, he, like, Xbox was struggling with. I don't remember the last guy's name. I'm sorry. He seemed like a nice dude, but
He didn't
he
PR very
didn't he didn't
well.
get it. Like, he
No.
wasn't like he didn't get games. Like, he was trying to push.
He was a salesman. He wasn't a video gamer.
Exactly, and I think Phil Spencer gets gamers. I think he himself really does play games on his own time. He's not just some suit.
Yeah.
I think he does understand who he's selling to and what people want out of a next gen gaming console. So I think things are going to go pretty good for Xbox in the next generation. I could be wrong. You never know. This industry's really weird, so
Yeah.
it's
The
really
video
hard
game
to
industry
predict
is just
things.
awful
But
when it comes to like predictions or anything
yeah,
like that. It's like
you literally
you
can
really
never
never
expect
know.
anything. But that's kind of like the big thing I think is going to happen is we're going to get, and this, they probably won't even say anything about the next Xbox
Yep.
console. I think they really need to get the jump on PlayStation though, because PlayStation like started strong and they're still going strong, where Xbox had slow start in this last gen, and now they're starting to pick up steam. If they really want to get the jump and make the Xbox a higher selling unit, I think they're gonna want to get their announcements out before PlayStation does and make it as cool as possible. Um, that being said, other things we're going to see from Microsoft, we're definitely going to get some Gears 5
Thank God.
stuff. I think they teased that
As
last
as
year.
much as I freak out about like consecutive titles, Gears is one of my favorite exclusives.
Did you play Gears 4?
Yes,
You
I
did?
loved it.
Did you love it? Nice. Okay. Yeah, Gears 4, not Judgment.
No, not
Okay.
Judgment. Gears 4.
4, okay. I stopped playing after 3, but I loved all 3 of the first games. I never played Judgment. I think I have it because it was like free digital or something like that. And 4 didn't look appealing to me, but I heard it was good.
It's a lot of fun to play.
Is the story good?
Yeah, the story's pretty good.
Okay.
And people rip on it all the time, but I'm just a Gears fan. I love Gears.
It's hard not to like Gears.
Yeah,
I mean, Gears is just fun. Like, it's just
like,
a really fun game.
If you're playing Gears 4, you do the intro and there's these big like weird green glowing, not glowing, but gooey sack things, and you can shoot them. And then your party around you is like, okay, can we not shoot the green glowing sack things? Like then they all just have their own little dialogues. It's
Nice.
clever, it's fun, it's lewd, it's great. I love that game.
Awesome. I will definitely have to play it. So yeah, Gears 5 will probably get. I'll bet you we'll get a release date. Honestly, I could see it. Okay, so coinciding with my predictions on next year being the year they release the new Xbox console, Do you think they're going to release Gears 5 this fall and that be their like big,
Their
finale
outro,
title
yeah,
outro?
yeah, I
You
could
don't
see
think they
that.
would wait and have it as a launch title?
No, I know they launched Gears 2 with the 360, right? Or was it Gears 3?
Gears no. Gears 1 came out with the
360.
360.
That was a
Yeah.
launch title for
Yep.
360.
And I don't know if it was a launch title. It just came out very early in its
Yeah,
life. I can't remember if it was Mass Effect. I think was a launch title,
I think
but
Oblivion was a launch title too, wasn't it?
I don't know. A lot of those games came out like right away. I don't know
Really
if they were
early.
necessarily launch
Yeah,
titles though.
I know Mass Effect was. Man,
But
look how far that went. That game.
yeah, I love me some Mass Effect. But yeah. So you think it'll be like their outro for
I
their
think it would
final
be like
year?
an outro, a good outro. They go out with a big bang.
Mm-hmm.
They, ironically enough,
Keep the Xbox One relevant. Oh, so one more thing about. I'm sorry to go back to my prediction on the next Xbox console. It's going to be fully backwards compatible with any Xbox title ever released.
that's a lot.
It's a lot, but Xbox has been pushing backwards compatibility hard lately, and I could see that being a
I could see
huge
that being
selling
a
point.
module. They sell it
Interesting.
as a module that you attach this module, you can play any backwards compatible. And it comes,
Interesting.
and that module comes standard on the Mammoth, the top end,
Not the middle one.
not the middle, and that comes standard on the high end. I could
I
see
would
that.
say it would at least come standard on the middle one.
I don't know. I could see Microsoft pushing it to be the top end to get those top end sales.
Maybe. It's very possible. Definitely not on the base one if there's no disk drive,
No,
because you
no,
can't put in your
and
discs then.
I could see that being a a top selling module too. If they just put the
Mm-hmm.
module on the shelf and they put $100 on it, people will buy that. People will
Yeah.
buy the base model and that and slap it on.
Thing is, though, like, I don't know how that would go over well, like, in the public eye necessarily, because Microsoft's found like the best possible way to do backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, and that is literally just emulating
An Xbox
an Xbox
360.
360 or an original Xbox
Yeah.
system. And I don't think it requires that much power to do. So I guess for them to
No.
be able to
No.
justify
Running emulators
their
doesn't take
next
anything.
gen console being able to, I feel like it's just going to be powerful enough as is. I don't necessarily see
Well,
them
when you
needing an
think about it, it's like
attachment for
so
it.
with your price points, you're paying 600 to 650 for that top model,
Mm-hmm.
or you're paying 350 for the base model. Well, if I pay 350 and buy the backwards compatible module for $100, I'm still only paying 450, which is what the middle model is. But I'm getting my backwards compatibility and I can play the new games.
But you're not getting a disk drive.
Well, I would just say that the backwards compatibility module has a disk drive on it.
So like there's like see, that's why I'm saying like maybe the mid tier one and the high tier one because the requirements for backwards compatibility is a disc drive.
It has to have a disk drive.
Even though you could argue, well, you can get digital games off the store, off the marketplace, because they're doing that right now. A lot of the backwards compatible games you can just buy right off the marketplace. So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know how they would do it.
From a money making standpoint, I would just do it as a module. As a gamer, they should just include it in the middle and high tier Xboxes.
Yeah. Let's just hope they make the right choice.
Well,
that is just make it them all backwards compatible.
In my opinion, it's give and take. Like I can understand some of the stuff. Like
yeah, I mean, you want to look forward. You don't want to just worry about playing all your old stuff.
Well, yeah, I do want to play like all my old games. Like I have a ton. I want to play all the Dead Space games on the new Xbox when it comes out.
Yep.
But I want Xbox or Microsoft to stay afloat so I can actually
do that.
Exactly. Or keep playing Microsoft games. I don't know. I just look at it from both perspectives.
Maybe it would be like some sort of memory requirement. Like you would need so much memory.
A minimum memory drive. Minimum
and
of a terabyte
like
or
maybe
something like that.
Not just like storage memory, but like RAM. So like you would need so much RAM in order to emulate the old, especially if you're talking about emulating an Xbox One, which is a significantly more. See, okay. How about this? How about you can backwards compatible any Xbox or Xbox 360 game on any system. But in order to backwards compatible Xbox One games, you need the module.
You need the module. Yeah, I could see that.
Because basically the module would just be a certain amount of RAM.
Yeah, it's just a RAM expansion.
Or certain. And they're all going to be able to run next-gen games regardless. Because that's the other thing they have to be careful about if they're doing these 3 tiers, like I'm saying. The low tier has to still be able to run all the same games that the high tier one has to. but the high tier one needs to look significantly better than the low tier ones.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It has to have some kind of visual.
it's the same with a gaming PC. However much money you put into it is how nice your games are going to look.
Speaking of gaming PCs, did you see Corsair's new liquid cool line that they just released?
I have not.
Oh my god.
Is it ridiculous?
I want to build a liquid cool PC because of
it just
it.
sounds like a pain in the butt. Is it like really easy to do, or like what's the cool thing about it?
It just looks so good. All of it just looks amazing. I can't even explain. This is not the place to explain it. I
It would be if you knew more about it, but
well, no, I watched like the whole demo video on it, and it's just gorgeous. It's mind blowing. They have 2 different CPU coolers, 2 different GPU coolers.
Good lord.
They have their own custom reservoir and pump. It's just phenomenal. I
cool.
love it. It looks so good. All of its RGB, all of its RGB lights, everything's
nice.
All the tubing's RGB. It's just gorgeous. It looks so good.
It's Corsair.
It's Corsair.
That sounds cool. I'll have to look that up.
It's expensive too. Oh my god.
How much is it?
I think their CPU fans were starting at like $120.
Oh, gross.
I'm like,
That's rough. That is rough.
Oh, they're so pretty though. Oh,
I believe it. Anyways, Microsoft. So my other thing, I'm thinking maybe we'll get some sort of either follow-up to Sea of Thieves, or we're gonna get like an expansion for it. Probably more like an expansion. I think they want to keep that game afloat. I think we're gonna get a video reel of a bunch of like indie games that are coming out, like a quick like.
That'll be cool. Like,
here's a game. Here's a game. Here's a game. Here's a game.
A frame after frame of each different game that's coming out.
Yeah, just quick little things just to get people interested in them. And then we'll probably get some sort of Forza game. I mean, Xbox has to have something Forza related every year.
They do.
So I mean,
for my little brother and people like him.
Exactly. I mean, it's just kind of like their like Madden, like they don't necessarily have one every year, I don't think, or do they? Do they put out a Forza every year at this point?
They have been.
So they go like Horizon and then they go main series, right? Don't they just?
And then they do a Horizon 2 and then they did the main series.
Yeah, so they just keep hopping back and forth. So yeah, that's my prediction for Microsoft. Anyways, that was my big one. That's the one I'm kind of most excited for to see what we're gonna get. Mostly for Halo, but so yeah, I don't know. Anything you want to add to Microsoft?
No, like I said, flex that exclusivity. They need to do it.
I agree.
I think the Gears title would be really good. They need a response to Spider-Man. Really, is what they need. They need something that's just as good as Spider-Man.
I would agree. I would agree. PlayStation really does hit it out of the park with their first-party exclusives.
Yeah,
100%. So that brings us to Bethesda. And like I said, I kind of forgot about Bethesda. So, what do you think Bethesda is going to show off this year?
Bethesda, it's just on the tip. They just wrapped up the Wild Appalachia patch, and they're moving into Nuclear Winter patch.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of speculation that the Nuclear Winter patch is going to be an improved PvP system for Fallout 76.
You think that's going to be their big?
That's gonna be their upfront. Like Fallout 76, they're gonna keep trying pushing this game that they have. They're gonna try and push ESO some more, and they're gonna do that stuff.
You don't think they're gonna be like, let's forget about this?
No, because Todd Howard is very, very into Fallout 76. He thinks it's he wants to bring it back from the dead, basically.
Okay.
And not so much back from the dead. There are still a lot of people playing it. It's actually gained a lot of.
And
if you thought bad about Fallout 76 before, like I did, personally, go back and try it again. There's been a lot of stuff that's been fixed.
Okay.
And this new, the big thing is, this is something I'm actually excited about. I never really got into the Battle Royale, but that's what people think it might be, is the Fallout 76 might be a Battle Royale.
Oh, really? They're adding that?
The Nuclear Winter is going to be Battle Royale, which I think would be kind of cool.
That could be interesting.
For Fallout.
That could be very interesting.
Because they already have the limited ammo, random guns. They already have that. Now they just
and they already have
a PvP arena.
Although that brings up the point, so your online game's not doing so well, huh? Just slap a battle royale mode into it, and that'll draw people in.
That's
literally what Fortnite.
Well, yeah, that's the game mode.
It is. It's what's popular right now, but it's just. Yeah.
And I think if they did it, they already have the game looks great. It's first person. So it'll be interesting. You'll have to compete with like Apex Legends and
Mm-hmm.
um,
It'll definitely have to
Call
have
of
its own
Duty.
spin, you
Yeah,
know. Is it going to be a slower pace, like almost
it
more
might be.
akin to like PUBG, where it's a
Yeah,
little
it might be
more,
a slower pace version of it, which
yeah,
I could get behind.
yeah,
Because I
longer
don't like.
lasting
Yeah,
matches and not just such a quick, yeah,
and that would be like your PvP.
yeah.
That's what they changed the
I could
PvP
see
to.
it. You think they would just get rid of everything else PvP in it, or
No, I think
that would
they'll
just
just
be a
add it as a
mode?
game mode.
Okay,
I think they
that
would
would
just
make
add
more
it. It
sense.
would
Yeah.
it would be good for the platform. Oh gosh, I
You
can't
just
stop.
can't.
I
Do
can't
you
stop.
need me to hold the cube on
Yes,
skull?
can you hold the Q1 skull before I
All right.
freaking spike it on the floor or something, trying to bust pieces up. God, this is awful. I want to see um a glimpse, just like the tiniest glimpse of the new Elder Scroll game. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be a lot. It literally can be.
Just more than what we got last year.
You mean like the we're
Literally,
gonna
just
do it?
basically, yeah. We're gonna get kind of like the kind of like the early like Skyrim trailer where it was just like the cameras flying around just showing off like all these
Yeah.
ancient ruins
Yes.
and mountains and
Yep.
stuff like that.
I
Just get a
want
better
that.
feel of the environment. Yeah, that'd be
I
really
want to see the
sweet.
environment. I want to see because they have to have something prepared by now. I also want. Oh, this goes back to the Fallout 76 thing. Um, they introduced this new drug or something like that, and if you take it, you'll gain combat stats like through the nose, but at the end of it, you pass out, your screen goes blank, and it teleports you to a random point on the map.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, the first point that this one guy teleported to was a buried wagon with two guys sitting in it, like two skeletons sitting in it,
Oh
and he woke
yeah,
up and
no,
he
I
was
did
like,
see
"What
that.
the heck, Todd Howard?"
Yep, yep, I
So the
did
meme is
see that.
evolving.
That is funny. That is
Um,
funny.
but
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like,
I
my God.
I also want to see Bethesda pushing maybe something new.
Well, they've got their new IP they announced last year. What is it? Oh God, what's it called? Star something.
Yeah, I want to see a Space
And
Odyssey.
that is what they're working on. It's basically space Skyrim. God, I gotta look up the name of it now. I totally forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I want to see that. Well, you completely forgot that Bethesda was even going to do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So,
Starfield.
yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Starfield. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see something more on that. It might be kind of early because it basically got the exact same like intro that Elder Scrolls got last year, which is here's the title, it's in
Yeah.
space. Good luck, you know,
Yeah.
like good luck waiting for this. So I would definitely like love to see more on that, but it's probably a lot to ask for, seeing a lot from the next Elder Scrolls and a lot from this other new IP that they have.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask for they have to share the day with
Hmm.
Or not Square Enix, Microsoft and who's
I
the other
think
one?
it's just Microsoft.
No, there's three that day.
Is it?
Yeah,
Devolver Digital.
yeah. So they have to share the day with Devolver Digital and Microsoft.
Hmm.
So I imagine that it's going to be a very quick press conference for them.
Yeah, it could be. What was the other thing I was thinking with Bethesda? We're probably gonna see more Doom stuff because I thought Doom was coming out like early this last year, the new Doom game,
Yeah.
but it must not have obviously
Well,
because it
yeah.
never came
No.
out. So I don't know if they
Doom
pushed that.
2016.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
they. So like last year they showed a teaser for the new Doom,
That'd be cool if they
and
finally.
they showed gameplay for it. It looked really cool, and honestly, I thought that would have came out by now, but it
Do you
hasn't.
follow Mitten Squad?
No.
Oh, okay. He did. Can you beat Doom with only the pistol playthrough?
Oh yeah, yeah, you were telling me
Yeah,
about him.
that was good. That was amazing.
That game is so fun, and I'm really
Yeah,
excited for the next one. But maybe we'll see something on that, and
yeah. I
maybe
would like
that'll
to
get
see
a
a Doom.
release this fall. I don't know what the release date is on that off the top of my head. I think they announced it already, but
Something else that looking forward for Bethesda, people have been doing is they've been scouring the entirety of Fallout 4. Like this is what board people are doing at this point. They're looking for hints at where the next Fallout game is going to be because they left hints in Fallout 3.
mm-hmm.
You had the whole android thing. There's a whole quest line where you fought androids, which were synths,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah.
did that whole thing, and like they came from the Commonwealth and everything. That foreshadowed Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
So people have been just scouring it, and everyone's saying like, oh, it's going to be in San Francisco. It's going to be in San Francisco because Kellogg's from San Francisco, and he had the San Francisco sunlights and all that kind
Oh
of stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But everyone else or a lot of the community is like, no, that was more of a nod at the older players that played Fallout 2 because the top-down
Oh,
game
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because that was based in San Francisco,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and people are still just looking, trying to find it, trying to
Well,
find
I
that.
remember like literally years before Fallout 4 was even announced, there was some thing where people were predicting it was going to be in Boston.
Yep.
I don't remember how they predicted it, but then it ended up being in like that same area. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see where that's going to be. Where would you like it to be?
I want to see a Midwest game.
Oh,
Just
yes.
well, so here's the thing. Vault 1 was built in the Midwest. We don't know where, but Vault number 1
Is in
was
the
built in the
Midwest.
Midwest. The Great Midwest Commonwealth, which consists of uh, Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. That's the Great Midwest Commonwealth.
Okay.
Because the United States was split into 13 commonwealths
Oh, okay.
after World War II or something like that.
Okay.
And like the Commonwealth of Massachusetts isn't just Massachusetts. It's like all the way up to Maine and down to New York or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that's
So a Midwest one would be sweet.
I would like to see, or like Colorado or something like that. Something not out on the edges.
Not these big coastal. There's more to United States than just the coastlines.
Yeah.
Coming from
The
a nerd
Midwest
in
Wizard.
Wisconsin, the Midwest Wizard. Come to the Midwest. It's beautiful here.
Well, they could go out to the West Coast because technically they never made a West Coast game.
Unless you're counting Fallout 2, which you said was in San Francisco.
That wasn't Bethesda.
It wasn't Bethesda. No, but it
no,
was still in
Bethesda
Fallout.
hasn't made a West Coast game.
It hasn't been like a first person.
No,
No.
It's been either a top down or Obsidian made New Vegas.
Right. I really like New Vegas.
New Vegas is probably one of my favorites. It is like probably, you know what? I would say New Vegas is my favorite.
Yeah, honestly, it might be mine too.
It felt way more like an RPG. I absolutely did not like the voiced actor in Fallout 4. I thought
I didn't
was a
either.
big old pile of garbage.
No, because
really?
the thing that sucked about it is it felt like less of an RPG because you had less dialogue options.
Yes, you had less
It
dialogue
works in a
options,
game like Mass Effect because there's kind of like always like that from the get-go, but
and they also in Mass Effect they gave you a true renegade option.
Mm-hmm.
In Fallout 4, you can't really be the bad guy.
You can, but your guy just doesn't sound like he should be the bad guy. He's
super sarcastic.
Hey, how's it going there? Like,
I'm just gonna raid your village and destroy everything.
I'm gonna raid your village.
And I know they tried to fix that with Nuka World DLC.
Yeah.
But Nuka World DLC doesn't activate until you technically can go there at any time, but they recommend level 20. Mm-hmm. After level 20, it's like I've already helped the Commonwealth. I'm good at this character. I'm a good guy.
Yeah, that's very true. So yeah, Bethesda. Yep. We're gonna see. You think we're gonna see a teaser for Elder Scrolls? Something for Starfield.
I want to see.
You're gonna see some Fallout 76. I think we both agree that we want to see some Doom. Yeah, those all sound like pretty viable options. Do you think we're gonna get more BS Creator Club nonsense?
Oh yeah, that's their cash cow. That's where they're making their money.
I'm just so sick of it at this point. I'm just done with all of that.
Well, here's the deal with Creation Club. Fallout 4 Creation Club is the only one that I really dealt with, and it's a big old pile of BS.
Yeah.
Because they released hey, here's some cool Enclave 2 armor, some XO2 power armor that you can get in the Creation Club. You can go into the modding community, get the same mod for free, and have more options.
Yeah, exactly.
A ton of more options.
It's kind of a joke, really. It's paid mods. It's just kind of silly. I mean, don't get me wrong. If people are gonna work on something, they probably deserve to get money for it.
Well, yeah, I keep my donation window for Nexus mods fairly full. I keep my Nexus mods. What I usually do is I've downloaded over 10 mods. I'm go back and throw $1 at each one of them at least.
That's
I know
fair.
it's nowhere near the amount of work that they put into it. But
I mean that's part of just the way modding works. I wanted to make this. Here it is. If you want to give me money for it, thanks. Otherwise, enjoy this thing that I made. I'm just happy to make it. That's kind of where modding started, I feel like, but I don't know. I don't want to get into all the modding stuff. So yeah, I like I said, I kind of forgot about Bethesda, so that's all I could
Yeah.
really think of to say for them, unless you have anything to add.
No, not really.
So Devolver Digital,
Never
I
heard of them.
actually didn't even hear about them either. Apparently they're a publisher is what they are
Yeah.
really, and they actually have like
Do they
their
have
hands
any?
in a bunch of different things, like not just games but movies as
Okay,
well.
what's their notable titles?
So I went and looked at it earlier. I guess they're known for publishing the Shadow Warrior series, which
Okay.
is
Okay.
there's been a couple more recent Shadow Warrior games the last
Yeah.
few years I think that actually looked kind of cool. Enter the Gungeon.
Are they really?
They
Oh,
helped
that's
publish
right.
Enter the
That's
Gungeon.
right. I remember that.
And then Talos Principle, which is another
Okay.
big kind of indie
Yeah.
game. So all I literally have written down is those three titles for them,
Yeah.
and I could see maybe some sequels. Like I don't know. Do you think we could see an Enter the Gungeon too?
No, not with the most recent DLC that just came out. No
No.
way. They just released. Actually, you might like this. In the most recent DLC, by the way, all the Enter Gungeon DLCs are free.
Mm-hmm.
You just get them. They released the Desperado guy,
Oh, nice.
so it's right up your alley. But whenever he picks up a gun, he automatically gets all in-game synergies with that gun.
Really?
So like, what's a good one? Whenever he picks up the blooper, the maggot shotgun,
Yeah.
he gets like all of the different synergies, like the 13 different synergies that come with it, automatically applied to that gun.
Really? That's
It's
cool.
actually really cool.
I'll have to, because I own that game. I should really boot
Yeah.
it up and play it again.
Well,
that game's
it's
hard.
so hard.
It's so fun though, but it is so hard. Like
I
after
can
you,
consistently get to the second floor now.
yeah,
But that's about it.
it ain't easy.
No, another hard game that I picked up or I started playing recently again is Darkest Dungeon.
Oh
That
yeah.
is a
That game looks
fun
cool.
game. Holy crap!
That game looks
It's
real
hard.
cool.
It's a good RPG side scroller.
I've heard it's basically like a side-scrolling Dark Souls. Like it's really punishing.
It's really brutal and punishing.
And it's really dark, and yeah, that game does look really cool. I haven't gotten to try it
And
yet.
whoever they got to voice act it is just phenomenal.
Oh
It's
really?
like,
I didn't even know it was voice acted. Honestly, I thought it was like a text.
there's a narrator.
Okay.
It's a text base, yes, but there's like a narrator that like pops in every once in a while and says or I don't know. I'll have to find it and play it for you sometime.
Okay.
Because he's got such a good voice.
Okay.
It's so good.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
It's gritty and gravelly and dark, and it's amazing. It's perfect. I imagine it's like if I wanted someone to read me H.P. Lovecraft,
That's
I
the
want
voice
this
you
guy
would
to
want.
read me H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually gonna look up Devolver Digital and just see
Yeah.
what other things, because I think the only reason they're like being included in these, like, I mean, I'm sure they've done like presentations in the past,
Yeah.
but it hasn't gotten like the media attention that like the bigger names do.
E3.
But with Sony being absent from it this year, I'm sure they're just trying to fill like that space.
Yeah.
So let's see what Devolver Digital is known. Oh, the Serious Sam series.
Oh, they do Serious Sam?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I don't think they've made a game in that series for quite a
No.
while. It was like 2012 was the last time one came out. Okay. Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition.
No.
They're responsible for publishing that. Not Duke Nukem Forever. Duke Nukem 3D.
But
3D's good,
They
Forever
ruined
bad.
the Duke Nukem name so bad with how badly
Forever.
With Forever.
Yeah,
how
Forever
badly
was-
they handled Forever.
Forever was so terrible. Another Serious Sam classic release. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything on here that really like pops out at me. Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, I remember when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa!" They published Enter the Gungeon. Blockhood Absolver.
Absolver.
Didn't you play Absolver?
No. What is that?
A martial arts themed action role playing game.
Oh.
Developed by Slowclap and published by Devolver Digital for PS4 and Windows. I know I've seen that before. That came out in 2017. There was a Serious Sam VR apparently in 2017 as well.
Was there really?
Mm-hmm. Some sort of Game of Thrones game. Oh, they published Weedcraft, which came out this last year. I've heard that game's
Nice.
actually been very, very good. Katana Zero. Actually, I saw some stuff on Katana Zero as well, and that looked cool. Apparently Serious Sam 4 is coming out this year, so maybe we'll probably see some stuff on that. Serious Sam 4, Planet Badass. That is the name of it.
Nice.
And then the Talos Principle 2 is actually it says to be announced. So
Okay.
we'll probably see those two games, some stuff on
I'm not
them.
too big on
either of those series
No,
personally. No, I'm not either.
and
I've
it's
heard
like
good things about the Talos principle.
indie games in general kind of just. I have a fair amount of them that I see every once in a while. I'm like, oh, I want to try that. Like Binding of Isaac was a good indie game that I got into, and stuff like that. But
yeah, no, I understand that. Indie games are kind of like hit or miss for me as well. Like they really have to appeal to me.
Yeah.
And honestly, 9 times out of 10, I don't really get into an indie game unless someone's like, "Hey, try out this indie game." But just by looking at one, I'm never
Oh, go.
usually enthralled. Like Hollow Knight, for example, I didn't even like care. I'm like, oh, whatever. It's just like some indie game. Then you have me play it. I'm like, this game is awesome. Like I never would have known.
I've been watching speedruns of Hollow Knight, and it just
Gosh.
is so brutal.
I don't know. I don't get how some people can do these things.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
One dude, like, true ending the game in, like, 45 minutes. I'm like, oh.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's takes some serious skill and some serious time. So yeah, we'll kind of gloss over Devolver Digital. Ubisoft. Back to a fun one.
Ubisoft.
What do you predict Ubisoft will have, and what do you want to see from them?
Ubisoft does Battlefield, right?
No.
No.
EA does Battlefield.
EA
and that was weird. EA's not there this year either.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, their show is always trash. So
yeah, that's true.
It's
always usually just
it's like
hype train.
Here's a bunch of sports games. Here's like one game that's really it looks good, but it's gonna be full of microtransactions, and that's about it.
I'm surprised they're not doing anything for the Star Wars game that they're doing.
That's the thing. Like I'm kind of surprised on that too. Maybe they'll just be like some, announcement around E3 for that, but I don't know.
I don't know. Ubisoft. What does Ubisoft do?
Oh, they do quite a bit actually. They do like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Just Dance.
Oh man, I need the next Just Dance.
Well, we're definitely going to be seeing, I'm sure they show it every year, the next Just Dance, so I'm sure that'll be a thing. All the Tom Clancy games.
Oh, that's right. Tom Clancy Ghost Recon, the new one's
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint
Actually looks really cool. I haven't watched a lot on it yet. Wildlands looked really cool, but I just never picked it up.
Same.
And this looks like it's pretty much like a follow-up to that game.
Okay.
I don't know like what the setting is or anything. It looks like it's in. I've mostly just seen like little glimpses of it.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's in some sort of like wintry type area, but that could just be like one part of it. I don't know. It almost seems like the Ghost Recon games are more of like just a single player division game.
Yeah.
This is what I'm kind of getting from it. But it looks cool.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think they're gonna do? Other than show off Ghost Recon.
They're gonna show off Ghost Recon. They're gonna show off. Probably they're gonna start showing off their next gen graphics stuff that they're gonna be doing.
Mm-hmm.
What do I want to see from them? I don't even know.
Don't play a lot of Ubisoft games?
Not really.
For the longest time, I was
Ubisoft
burnt out on Ubisoft games, like, because they were kind of doing the Call of Duty thing with a lot of their titles, and they were just getting kind of like stale for me. But they kind of started winning me back with a couple of their titles. The last two Far Cries, last one I didn't even play. That one that just came out fairly recently. That one I didn't even think it looked good at all. And Far Cry 5, Primal was very good.
I like Primal.
Primal was super underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
5 I couldn't really get into. See, Far Cry 2 is the best Far Cry in my opinion. They haven't made one as good as that one since then.
My little brother, he bought his house recently. He doesn't have like anything in his house yet. He has our old Xbox 360, which is still working by the way, and he's just playing Far Cry 3.
Oh yeah, 3 was very good.
Greatest game in the world. I'm like, you have Mass Effect. Play that. Play a better game.
Yeah, I mean, Far Cry 3 was very good
in
my opinion. Game. But then all the games that came out after it were kind of just clones of 3, and so then it just got really stale. Well, I think, so like, they kind of took a break from Assassin's Creed, and then they came back with this more kind of RPG-focused Assassin's Creed with Origins. And I never played Origins. Actually, I got it on sale Black Friday this last year, just because I picked up Odyssey, which I've been very impressed with. I still haven't beaten that game because it's so freaking big, and there's so much to do in it. But I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I'm thinking maybe we'll see another Assassin's Creed from them this year. I don't know for sure. If we do, I'm predicting it's going to either have a Nordic theme or some sort of like old world Germany type of theme. Not based on anything. I just think those would be cool to see in an
I
Assassin's Creed
I
setting.
think I think we need a not a reboot. Actually, we need another jump on point, like how Assassin's Creed 3
Mm-hmm.
was kind of a jump on point. It's like I haven't played any Assassin's Creed games. I'll play Assassin's Creed 3, and it was just kind of like a fresh new
Mm-hmm.
something.
Well, that's kind of what Origins was. Really, was a new
Well,
jump on, but they really mixed up the formula. I mean, Origins and Odyssey are very different from the older Assassin's Creed games.
yeah.
They're more akin to like how The Witcher is, I would say,
Okay.
in terms, and you can pick up either one and kind of go with it, and it's got a lot more like RPG themes to it with like upgrading systems and crafting systems. A little more basic than other games, but I don't know. I could see them kind of going another step further in the RPG direction and making it a little bit
I mean,
more.
my only experience is Brotherhood. That's the only one that I finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, dang, you got some
So,
catching up to
well,
do.
yeah. That's just like it's to the point where it's like there's so many. I have 3 Black Flag, Odyssey, Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Black Flag is so good. You could just play Black Flag and not play any other game
you
and
just
still
call it
be
good.
satisfied. It's such a good
Yeah,
game.
like I have so many of them to catch up on, and it's like,
Well, and that's the problem though. Is like they were doing the rapid fire thing. You know, like here's an Assassin's Creed every year. They did the Ezio trilogy, which are all good games, but then they had 3, which was like good gameplay, kind of a lousy story in my
yeah,
opinion. 4 was really cool with the pirate thing, and then they went to
like
Unity, which is like
it's
it was
more
really
the political
buggy, and it
one.
was like a
Yeah,
political theme one. It's like you went from like a fun swashbuckling pirate adventure to like the French Revolution. Like nothing
yeah.
against that, but it's just kind of like
It didn't fit.
it
It
just
didn't.
felt random.
Yeah, it felt like a hard dive off point. And it's like
Hmm.
you hit a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, and I think and then they did Syndicate, which looked cool, but also like I
I
just
also
don't. I
heard,
think people were
yeah,
just kind of burnt out on it at that
yep,
point. They took the time off, and then they came back with Origins and now Odyssey, and I think they're kind
no,
of starting to get
yeah.
Assassin's Creed back on top again.
I would like to see maybe a I don't know maybe like a not Nordic but um
Some sort of European old
no
no.
Northern Asia, like
Okay,
some kind of some for like Serbian
okay,
kind of thing
that'd
or
be
something like
sweet.
that.
Yeah,
Or just shift from because we've been shifting like super west, like go east a little bit more,
yeah,
like dive into Japan or something like
they've been.
that,
You know what? Yeah, they really do need to go to Japan. They did it
or
like
something like that.
there's one that was in China, but it wasn't like a main
It
series
was like
game. It was like a
yeah,
side-scrolling game,
yeah,
and it's like this just seems like a
yeah,
really good environment to have for an
for an
Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
game.
Creed
Like,
game.
why is this not gone there yet?
That'd
Yeah,
be
I would
pretty cool.
agree. I would
Well,
say
I mean,
Japan
yeah,
would
and
be
then
a
now
good
they're
one.
following like Neo and Sekiro, and it's
That's
like,
the thing too. It's like now we're starting to get a bunch of those type of games in the market.
do we
Should we
want
go in
another
that
one?
direction, or should we do something completely different to
Or they
stand out?
just blow both those games out of the water because they were the ones that made the formula
Hmm.
originally
Yeah, I don't know.
for like climbing and all that stuff, like the parkour.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know. I don't know what direction they go. Honestly, I'm still leaning towards more of a Nordic, or I would like to
I would
see
like
like
to see
a
the Nordic.
old Germanic like I don't know like pre World War I Germany. Like I don't. I
That'd
think
be
it could be
cool.
interesting
Like
with like political unrest going on
like ooh, actually that'd
in
be
that
really
era.
cool. That'd be really cool.
Like leading up to that, I think would be interesting. And maybe not just Germany, but maybe like in all over like that part of Europe
Yeah,
during that time
just Central
period.
Europe in that time frame.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
really
maybe even
sweet.
just Austria,
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, there's a lot they could
Austria,
do.
Czech
See,
Republic, or
that's Ubisoft realizes like Assassin's Creed is a gold mine of ideas. Like you
oh yeah,
could
you can
throw
go
it in whatever
anywhere.
time period you want.
They can do anything. They can go to like wherever they want. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
So I mean, that's I think they understand that they're going to use as much as they
they
can.
can do turn of the century and just go to like Mexico and do the Mexican American War
You could, yeah,
and do that like that kind of thing.
yeah. There's
Like
literally
literally anywhere.
endless options. They could go to the future and do one in space,
Yeah,
honestly, and I think people would still play it. I
I
think that'd
buy
be a
it.
little too far out from their um like kind of main core identity, but you get what
Yeah,
I'm saying. So yeah, I think that's going to be a big one. I think we're also going to get some older Assassin's Creed games on Switch are going to be announced.
that'd be cool.
I think they've already uh, it's already been leaked or teased or whatever that Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is going to be on the Switch.
Did you see The Witcher 3 might be coming to the Switch?
Yes, I tagged you in that,
Yeah.
remember?
Oh, that's right. You did take that. I'm super excited for that, by the way. Oh my god.
I am too. It's not going to look as good,
That's fine.
but it's going to be portable, so
But
I mean...
I can play Witcher 3 on the toilet now.
Exactly. Problem solved.
Everything I've ever wanted in life.
I thought it was Skyrim on the toilet.
I already have that.
Yeah.
I need something more.
So now I need something more out of life, like The Witcher on the toilet.
Yep.
I think we're gonna get some sort of Division 2 content update, like a DLC or something, to keep that game going. I really like that game. I'd like to see some more DLC or whatever announced for it.
Destiny's EA, right?
Yeah, no, Destiny is Activision. Well, it's technically Bungie being published by Activision, but Bungie just split with Activision recently, so I don't know what Destiny's future is.
Okay.
Anthem was EA.
Yeah, that's right.
Mario and Rabbids 2, I think, could be a thing. I think the first Mario and Rabbids did pretty well. And like Ubisoft and Nintendo have been real buddy-buddy the last couple of years, so I think we're going to be seeing some more collaboration stuff, hence the Switch ports. Watch Dogs 3, I'll bet you we'll see something for that.
Yeah, I'm going to hack another computer.
You know, Watch Dogs 1 was pretty fun. I never touched 2.
It was so bad.
Was it bad?
It was so... It wasn't... I shouldn't say it was bad. It was not bad. It was repetitive. It was super like, I'm going to do the same thing for the 8th time today. And
the first one was kind of like that, too. I'll give you... I was interested in the story enough in the first one to kind of keep going with it.
It felt like no story at all in the second one.
Okay.
It just drew.
And honestly, I was just kind of like, I'd had enough of Watch Dogs after the first one where I didn't need to play a second one. But honestly, I might be ready for a third one now if they make it...
Yeah, I'll play a third one. It's been long enough since I ground through 2.
Yeah, make it more revolutionary or whatever. The coolest thing about 1 was you basically could have your own bat cave.
Yeah.
I loved that because you could have like your car parked and then you drive across like this bridge thing. I just thought that was sweet. That was like my favorite part of that game. Just Dance, like I said earlier, we're gonna probably see the next Just Dance. For Honor, has it been long enough where we're going to see a For Honor sequel, do you think? Or do you think we're gonna get another update for it? Because they've been really like good about putting out these like updates for For Honor. Like I think last year they did the Marching Fire one or whatever. They added the Chinese faction. Do you think we're gonna see something like that again, or do you think they're gonna be like, it's time for For Honor 2?
What would they do with For Honor 2?
I have no idea. It almost would make more sense to me for them to do just another expansion for it.
Yeah, like I think For Honor is just one of those games where you can't.
It's like Overwatch.
Yeah.
At this point, it is an online.
It's online. It's
game
like
has
League
a
of Legends
service.
Or Overwatch, and it's you update it and get more patches and balance issues and all that fun stuff.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with we'll get some sort of a For Honor update. I think
probably.
That's pretty likely. I think we'll get a new Rayman game. It's been a while since they announced a new Rayman. I know Rayman Legends was really widely loved.
Never got into Rayman.
I never did either, but I've heard lots of good things about it.
Yeah, same.
And then Ghost Recon, we talked about that. We talked about Division. We talked about... okay, I also have on here, maybe we'll see a new IP from them.
That'd be kind of cool. Something fresh.
They've been talking about this, like... I think it's called Skull and Bones or something like that. That's their, like...
Another pirate game?
It's a pirate game, but it's just the PvP ship battles from, like...
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and they've been working on it, but I think they just said it got pushed back till, like, 2021 or something like that.
They might be waiting for next gen for that.
And honestly, that makes sense. It's, like, a pretty big undertaking.
Because this might be kind of a sad E3.
It might be.
They're waiting for that next gen to release so they can just say, this is all the cool stuff.
And honestly, it very well could be. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we get from Ubisoft. Anything else you want to add to them?
No, not for Ubisoft. Square Enix, I have a little bit to talk about.
Okay, that's next. Square Enix. I'll let you go first this time.
Square Enix, they're doing the Final Fantasy VIII update.
The 8 update?
Yeah, they're taking Final Fantasy 8, or no, 7. It's either 7 or 8. I can't remember.
You're talking about the remake?
Yeah, the remake.
That's 7.
That's 7. Yeah, that's 7. So they're doing that. That's going to be big. That's going to be one of their big sell points for this game. Or for this E3. Other than that, I don't know if they need to do an Octopath game or I don't know what they say about.
Octopath just came out.
That's true.
I don't think they're maybe an update for it, maybe
for
some
it.
new content. I don't see them announcing another one because that game was
No,
in development for a long
very
time. It
long
seemed
time.
like,
Yeah, and Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out too,
yep.
so they don't really have much to talk about there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, when are we gonna get Kingdom Hearts 4? We're probably never gonna see that at the rate that they
Not,
go for Kingdom Hearts
yeah,
games.
not anytime soon.
Um,
Um,
I don't know anything else that they could
that they would be coming
possibly
out with.
put forward.
That's the thing. Like Square's show last year was probably the worst one. Like they literally,
Well, what they showed,
the most exciting thing they showed
was
Tomb Raider
yeah,
3 and
Kingdom Hearts 3, probably.
Kingdom Hearts 3,
Which
and both of those I'm pretty sure were in other press conference shows. Like Kingdom Hearts 3, the thing they showed was the exact same one they showed for the Xbox one, like the day before. Which actually, being that they kind of have like this relationship with Xbox, I could see Final Fantasy VII, going back to my prediction on the Xbox release date, Final Fantasy VII being a launch title for the Xbox.
Cool. With the updated graphics and
Either that or it will be coming out. I think they're gonna give us a release date for Final Fantasy VII remake. Cool. I think they're gonna give it to us. I think honestly it might come out early next year with a next gen port coming out later in the year on the new Xbox console if that becomes a thing. I could see that being a thing. I also think maybe we'll get some Switch ports of the Tomb Raider games.
That'd be cool. I would really like that.
Is Tomb Raider 2 on the Switch? I feel like
I don't think so.
Okay, I thought Rise of the Tomb Raider was on the Switch and then like the other ones weren't or something weird like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could maybe see all three of them coming to the
That'd
Switch.
Be cool. I would like that.
That would be cool. No real basis for that, but just I feel like they really try to push their Tomb Raider series. It's kind of like one of their big, IPs.
It's their big, yeah.
I would love to see Sleeping Dogs too.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Sleeping Dogs was a big hit, honestly.
Yeah, it was a really
it's kind of
game.
A sleeper hit. It's funny with the name, but I could really see them continuing that series. Honestly, I think they had a pretty good idea, like a martial arts Grand Theft Auto sandbox game. They also announced. They didn't announce, but like if you go on their website, they've got like 3 different titles that are like in the to be announced category, and one of the big ones is they're making an Avengers game.
Are they really?
They are.
Is it going to be as bad as any other superhero game, with the exception of Injustice
and the Batman series
and
the Spider-Man?
Well, the new Spider-Man.
A lot of the old Spider-Man games are pretty good.
Come on, you
dude. Spider-Man 2. Everyone loves Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but you like literally swung off of the air.
Yeah, you do in all the games pretty much. I'm pretty sure you sling off the air in the new one.
No, you don't. It has really, really accurate like pointing systems for that.
That doesn't mean it's not a good game. they were old. Like
I know.
They get a free pass. They're also working on a AAA shooter, an unannounced AAA shooter. And I don't think it's going to be Deus Ex because you wouldn't call Deus Ex a AAA
that's
shooter.
an RPG.
That is an RPG with shooter themes. In it.
Like Fallout.
Yeah, it's an RPG with shooter. So we're gonna see some new AAA shooter from them. Probably, I'll bet that gets announced. And then, have you ever heard of the Deck 9 series?
No.
Or game? There's some game called Deck 9. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
That's one of their to be announced things. So maybe we'll see something with that. Be interesting to see what that is.
That'd be nice.
Maybe we'll get a new Deus Ex announcement. The last one kind of flopped.
Yeah.
Even though it was a pretty good game. For some reason, I don't think they catch on to the mainstream, and they don't make as much money as they could or should.
Like, their releases always seem behind the 8 ball when it comes out. Like, and the release dates are weird too.
Yeah, don't they always come out like the summer? I feel like
they're like early
the
spring
first
or
one, when they rebooted the series, the Human Revolution, I think was the one that was on the last gen. That was like in the middle of summer, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was like around summer.
And the game kind of flopped a little bit because
I think that one did okay, but the next one really flopped. Like they couldn't give that game away.
Yeah,
and I played it and it was fun, but I never got into it. And maybe that's just there's too many other good games that kind of outweighed it, and I think that might have been an issue. Other than that, what else do you think Square's gonna have?
I don't even know.
It's hard to tell with them.
Square Enix is really
like they honestly
off
didn't
the
even
cuff.
need to be there last year, so it'll be interesting to see if it's worth them being there this year. They've apparently got 3 things in the works, including an Avengers game
and a shooter
and
That's gonna
a
be
shooter,
weird.
and of course Final Fantasy VII. Everyone's waiting for that.
Square Enix shooter,
right?
Interesting,
right? Like that's gonna be weird.
Like
I can't think of another straight shooter that they've ever done.
I don't think they have.
Yeah, off the top of my head, anyways. And yeah, that brings us to Nintendo, which uber
Mario Maker
excited
2.
about.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, and they've already shown a lot with Mario Maker 2. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure they'll show more.
Oh, yeah.
But ports.
Ports on.
That's pretty much all they've been. See, okay, so like Nintendo's first year with the Switch was really, really good.
Yes.
Like they had a lot of good
about-
first party games. It was crazy. They hadn't had a year like that in a long
I
time.
picked up they've made a game called Snipper Clips,
Yep.
and I love that game.
You like Snipper Clips?
It's so much fun. It's
I've heard
so
good
cute.
things.
It's so much fun. It's a good little couch game that you play with your friends.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun little couch co-op game. I think that like they had that and then they had 1-2 Switch, and 1-2 Switch was just looked like garbage to me. But like Snipper Clips actually looked like it could really utilize like
It felt like Portal again.
yeah, it
Playing
looked like a
felt
good
Portal.
couch co-op / portable game that you could have a lot of fun with. But yeah, so they had a really good first year, and then their second year was pretty much like all last year was just ports.
Yeah.
And with a couple, like basically
with, like, Mario
Smash
Deluxe
Brothers
and Kirby Star Guardian,
Star Allies.
Star Allies, and
yeah, they had that, and then was that the first year it came out? Was Star Allies? I don't even remember. I know Yoshi just came out recently.
Yeah, Yoshi just came out.
But basically last year it almost seemed like Smash was the only thing
that
carried this. They carried everything on their back for
didn't
Smash.
Tetris come out for it?
Like that new Tetris
Yeah, the
game.
new Tetris game came out?
Probably, but that's not like a big first party banger.
Yeah, it's like they haven't released a Donkey Kong game for it yet.
Just a port, just Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people were mad about that because they're like, "Why should I pay full price for Tropical Freeze?" It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Like they had Kart come out on launch, and that was big. And
yeah,
they had Mario Party come out on launch.
Was a port, but it was like a kind of a more official, like final version of the game or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Splatoon 2, which was, that's the thing. They had all these crazy titles, and then it kind of turned into just ports, and that's all we've really gotten for it recently is ports. I think Nintendo needs to announce the new Animal Crossing. People have been waiting for that forever. They need to at least give us something
give a taste
for the new Animal Crossing. I like Animal Crossing.
Just play the music and show like an old screenshot and say Animal Crossing 2. I think
coming next year or whatever.
And everyone will just lose their mind.
Not 2, but
yeah, just
Animal Crossing Switch or whatever. There's been a lot of Animal Crossing games, but yeah.
But yeah, even if they just do Animal Crossing Switch and
and Pokemon's getting its own direct. I think it's getting like its own like separate direct,
which is so good.
Which I'm so excited about. It's finally time to get some Pokemon news for Sword and Shield. I'm thinking we're gonna get some, and they've already said I think they're talking about other Pokemon things other than Sword and Shield.
Oh, yes, thank God.
And actually tomorrow, there is going to be some Pokemon news.
Yep.
The 29th. They're having like a business meeting or whatever, or what do they call it, like a business presentation? I don't know what that all entails. It sounds like it might be kind of boring.
It's a business pitch. They have to pitch what they're doing.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see what that is.
They need to do a 4th gen remake.
They will, but it won't be till next year. Because they're not going to release or talk about that before their new gen comes out,
But I need that 4th gen remake.
It'll come.
I want a new gen turret.
If you follow Pokemon's pattern, the way they do things, they come out with a new system, they release a new generation for that system, and then they follow that with a remake.
Yeah.
And they followed that pattern almost exclusively for, ever since Pokemon's been around, it seems like. So... or since like Gen 3, anyways.
Yeah, since Gen 3, because that's when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out.
Yep. So, we're going to get those Gen 4 remakes, I'm sure. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. But in the meantime, we're going to get Sword and Shield news. I kind of like to see a cool spin-off game. Not necessarily like a Let's Go game, but I would like to
Pokken?
see...
Like Pokken Tournament was?
Something like that. Like, where it's just different.
Not like just Pokken, like, not that game, but something like that, where it's just a spin-off.
Another mystery dungeon game, or
man, they kind of fell off on the mystery dungeon.
They kind of did. Like the last one came out for the 3DS, and I heard it was really good, but
I remember getting that game. I got that game.
The 3DS
I
one?
got the 3DS one, and I did not like it because there was this whole mechanic where you like it was like gates or something like that,
Okay.
and you had to take pictures with the 3DS of round things to make gates.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Weird.
weird.
That is
It
weird.
was like you had to take like the example that they gave was like take a picture of an orange and you open this gate to somewhere. I'm like, I got like through like the intro and I was like, this is kind of stupid.
You just couldn't
I
get into
couldn't
it.
get into it. It felt more childish than any other Pokemon game that I played recently.
I would like to see another Pokemon Conquest. Did you ever play that? That was for like
No,
the
what is
original
that?
DS. It's basically Pokemon Fire Emblem.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's basically like you make up teams of Pokemon and you're in like feudal Japan but with Pokemon and you're going around like you're a warlord and you're trying to like take over other territories by fighting other warlords and their
Yeah.
Pokemon. It was kind of cool. Oh, that by the way, I'm sure we're going to get some more Fire Emblem news for the new game coming out. That would make sense.
Pokemon Coliseum 2?
I don't know if we're ever going to see
No,
any
we're
more
never gonna see a
Coliseum
Coliseum
games
game.
because now with the like the consoles and the handheld together, it's just going to be Pokemon games at this point. I would love to see something with that capture mechanic of having to steal Pokemon again, though, because I love Coliseum so much. Like that game is so fun. Just
That was a
snatch it.
wild game.
That game was wild. I liked XD Gale of Darkness too, but I
That
didn't
was
think
good,
I didn't
too.
think that one was as good as Coliseum though. I think
No, not as good
Coliseum
as
was better.
Coliseum.
Your protagonist was so cool. The game starts with you literally blowing up like the evil team's base
Yeah.
and riding away on a flying motorcycle with your Umbreon and Espeon. Like, how could
Yeah.
you beat that? Like,
It was awesome.
It's like the best intro for a Pokemon game ever. We're probably gonna get some stuff on that new Daemon X Machina game, which is like the mech game or whatever. That looks cool. I would like to see more on that. I don't know how big of a game it's gonna be. It seems like it's kind of just a random type of thing. When they announced it, no one was really expecting it. But I like mechs. I like giant robots, so I'm
Yeah,
I'm into
I
it.
like mechs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll play that.
Yeah, maybe some news on Pikmin 4. Maybe
That'd be
possibly.
cool.
It's hard to tell with Nintendo. The Pikmin games. It took them a long time to come out with Pikmin 3.
Yeah, it did.
So I don't know.
Well, I think they backburnered it pretty hard for
I don't think
AAA stuff.
Well, I think because like the Pikmin 2 is like GameCube, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So like it basically skipped a generation
Yeah.
and went to the Wii U.
They probably went and looked like, oh, we still have this, and like dusted off all the files for it, and like, oh, we still have
Nintendo
this.
does that with a lot of their titles. Like they'll just like literally like, well, I don't know what to do with this. We'll just leave it on a shelf and not do anything. Would love to see a new Paper Mario game that's like the old ones. Not like the recent Paper Marios that have been kind of garbage, but the old RPG style Paper Marios like Thousand Year Door or like the original for the N64.
Oh man, I love those games.
Would love to see something like that. I don't know if they will because I think they're kind of like that's not what Paper Mario is anymore. It's kind of the way they're being like with Color Splash and whatever that other one's called, Sticker Star.
Yep.
They just weren't.
They didn't feel the same. It wasn't that RPG.
No, it was basically no RPG elements or anything like that at all. It didn't have a story. No. It was just like Paper Mario. You know? Yeah. The one for the Wii was kind of fun. It wasn't as good as the old ones, but it was still a pretty fun game. But I didn't even get the 3DS or the Wii U one because they just looked bad.
I literally have a DS exclusively for Pokemon at this point, and now I don't even need that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, like handheld Nintendo has always been my Pokemon system. I always get like other games every once in a while to play, but it's primarily always been for Pokemon. It's my Pokemon system. So I'm really excited for the news that they're going to come out. Ooh, so I don't think this is going to happen, but I really want it to happen, so I'm going to mention it.
I want it.
So we got Dark Souls remastered for the Switch. Yes. I would like the entire Dark Souls trilogy to be on the Switch, and I would like that to be announced. Please and thank you.
please and thank you. It's not going to happen.
No, probably
it's not.
Probably not. But if they can get The Witcher 3 to run on a Switch, they can get Dark Souls 3 to run on a Switch.
I'm kind of scared to see it. I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, I'm more scared to see what The Witcher looks like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
thought you were talking about Dark Souls. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what these games look like, but I guess that's the risk you take. I don't know.
Skyrim didn't look too bad.
Skyrim looked pretty darn good. I mean, it basically just looked like
Skyrim.
So, I mean, it still looked nice. Ran nice. That's the big thing. Like, graphics are one thing, but as long as the game runs nice, that's what I care more about. Otherwise, I think we'll see some new info on the Zelda remake, Link's Awakening. I'm real excited for that game. They'll probably show off some more stuff, maybe give us a release date. And then...
What can they do now for Zelda? What are they going to do next?
Well, they already announced they're doing that remake of Link's Awakening.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
And that's what I would like to see, like a release date for that.
I've owned Breath of the Wild for a year now.
Did you? Yeah. Don't you dare say you've never touched it.
I've touched it. I haven't taken the time to figure it out. Like, I got the glider.
All right. When we're done recording this, you're going to go home and you're going to play Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I was supposed to bring my Switch.
Yeah, you should have brought your Switch because you can play Breath of the Wild.
No, so I can trade you those Pokemon.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that, too.
I did, too. Oh,
well, next time.
Next time, I guess.
So yeah, we're going to probably see more stuff on that. And then the one thing that I want to see that we probably won't see is a Persona 5 port on the Switch. And they kind of already ixnayed a little bit with
they?
Well, because they're basically coming out with like Persona 5 Royale or whatever it's called, which is like a more definitive version with like a new character added to it. And people thought that it was going to be a Switch port. Well, then it wasn't. It's just
that's sad.
It's just like an updated version for the PlayStation, but I still would like to see it on the Switch. I think it could look nice on the Switch, and they've already got
Monster Hunter game.
What's that?
Another Monster Hunter game.
Well, Monster Hunter World came out last year, and they've been coming out with content for it regularly. Like, they just came out with another expansion.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, like free updates for it, essentially. But maybe we'll get another Monster Hunter game that's more of like a handheld-y type one. I don't know. Or maybe we'll get World on the Switch. I don't know. It won't look as nice, but that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
So, yeah. I don't know. That's what I got for Nintendo. What do you got?
That's exactly what I want to see. That's all. Everything there that I want to see from Nintendo.
Nintendo they're the kings of left field. You never know what they're going to do.
No.
You could predict one thing and it'll literally completely be the opposite. Yeah. You could literally be like, it's going to be such a good Nintendo show and it's going to be trash. Or you're like, this Nintendo show is going to be trash. There's nothing in it that's going to catch my eye. And it could be the best show at E3.
Yeah, you never know.
You literally never know with them. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be cool. I'm excited.
I'm pumped for E3.
I'm very excited for E3. We're at an hour and 27 minutes into this podcast.
You're welcome, everybody, for the long podcast.
Our E3 special. Do you want to talk about Saltmarsh next time?
Yeah, we can save it for next time.
Okay, because we both picked up Ghosts of Saltmarsh. This is on a completely different level here. We're talking about tabletop stuff. Maybe we'll do a whole Saltmarsh special. That is such a cool... He's got the alternate artwork here.
So pretty.
I'm kind of jelly that
I love it.
I didn't get that one.
You didn't?
No, I got the regular one.
Peter's got 4 more coming in.
Well, I already have one, but I might go buy another one.
You need this.
I don't know. We'll get into this later. We'll talk. We'll talk about Ghost of Saltmarsh next time. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for listening, everyone. I have been your Midwest Wizard, Jake, and this has been
Matt, the Back Alley Dwarf.
Matt, the Back Alley Dwarf. Matt, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Facebook. No, actually not Facebook. YouTube, Twitch. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Those 3 things.
At the Back Alley Dwarf.
At the Back Alley Dwarf. All 3 of them.
You streaming anything lately?
No, I have to figure out what I want to stream.
Dude, stream Darkest Dungeon.
I think I will. It's only on the Switch. That's the trick.
It's only on the Switch?
No, it's on computer too.
Yeah.
I'll have to pick it up for that then. I have it on the Switch.
You own it.
I own it on the Switch.
Okay.
I'll pick it up for the PC though.
Okay. Well, and I'm your Midwest Wizard. You can find me on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Twitter and Facebook at the Midwest Wizard. Every Thursday I stream Dark Souls 3. I'm currently working my way through that, and then I am posting those videos edited mildly to YouTube. If you don't feel like tuning in on Thursday afternoons, you can watch them in your own time whenever you want. I do that just for you.
Jacob's being assailed by his own cat at the moment.
Yeah, he needs attention. He's like, the podcast is done. Gary needs attention. Okay.
Yes, the cue wants go.
Thanks for listening to our super long E3 prediction podcast. What are your E3 predictions? Let us know in the comment section below. And until next time, have a great day.
Bye.